Today I'm going to be showing you the most popular credit card setup of all time and showing you why anyone with good credit should get these cards. And I can guarantee you that anyone that gets these cards can get at least $2,000 worth of value within the first year of getting these. These 3 cards are going to cover all of your biggest spending categories, and then all the points are going to pool together so you can travel the world for free and get the best hotels. And these cards also have some of the best redemption rates and travel partners in the world. So whether you're flying with Southwest or Singapore, they're going to get you covered. But before we break down all the details of this credit card setup, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'm dropping multiple videos every week giving you the best information on credit cards and banks. So these 3 cards are pretty much the Power Rangers. When they're by themselves, they're pretty cool and powerful, but when you combine all 3 of them together, they can form the Megazord and become the most powerful crime-fighting force, or in this case, travel credit cards. And the reason I love Chase's credit cards so much is you don't have to have special knowledge or do a lot of research to understand these credit cards. Chase is pretty much the Toyota of bank. They're going to be the best credit card setup for 90% of Americans because they're the most simple and reliable option that you have. So let's get into how you form these credit cards. So the first credit card you're going to want to get is the Chase Freedom Unlimited. This is a cashback card, but don't worry, I'm going to show you how you can redeem the cashback for points later in this video. So this card's going to start off by giving you $200 when you spend $500 in 3 months. So super easy sign up bonus to hit, and you can redeem this cash for points too. And what this is going to give you is 3% back on drugstores and dining, as well as 5% back on travel booked through Chase. But the most important thing about this credit card is it's going to give you 1.5% back on everything else. And that 1.5% seems low because a lot of catch-all credit cards are going to give you 2% or upwards. But later in this video, I'm going to show you how you can redeem that 1.5% back for 1.87% or 2.25%. This is also going to give you 0 APR for balance transfers and purchases within the first 15 months. And it is a 0 annual fee card, so you're going to get some great value from this card. So after you secure that card and have it for a couple months, you're going to want to go and apply for the Chase Freedom Flex. Now the Chase Freedom Flex is honestly one of my favorite cards because even if you don't have this within this Chase Trifecta, you're still going to get an insane amount of value from this card. So just like the Chase Freedom Unlimited card, this is going to give you the same 3% back on dining and then drugstores, as well as 5% back on travel and then 1% back on everything else. But this is also going to give you 5% back in rotating categories. And there's a lot of different rotating categories. Like with Discover's card, you're only going to get 5% back on gas or dining in every single category. But with the Chase Freedom Flex card, you're going to get 5% back on 3 different categories. So even though it's advertised as one different category, you're going to get a lot more value than it leads on to. So last quarter, you got grocery stores, gym memberships, and spa. And then this quarter, you're going to get 5% back on Amazon, hotels, and restaurants. So as you can see, every single one of these categories you can use in your everyday life. And another great thing about this is you're going to get cell phone protection up to $800 when you pay your cell phone bill with this card. And that's a really good amount of value. If you're clumsy like me, I've broken my phone twice this year, so I should definitely be paying my phone bill with a card like this. They're also going to give you 0 APR for purchases and balance transfers within the first 15, and this is a 0 annual fee card too. So this card's a lot like Chase Freedom Unlimited, but you're going to get that 5% rotating category, as well as a little bit extra value with the cell phone care protection. Now to complete this trifecta, you're going to have to choose one of the Sapphire cards. And there's 2 different options. These are both premium travel cards, but one of them comes with a little bit higher annual fee. Now before you click away because you think these annual fee cards are too high for you, let me explain to you why you're going to get even more value from the annual fee if you know how to use these cards right. And you're here watching this video, so you're in luck. Now the first card is the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and this is the card that I recommend for 95% of the people when completing the Chase Trifecta, and that's because it comes with a lot lower annual fee. This comes with a $95 annual fee, but I think that annual fee is totally worth it. So the first thing that this card's going to give you is 75,000 points. Now, if you're watching this video a little bit later, that might be gone and it might be bumped down to 60,000 points. That's a base one. It's a limited time offer right now. But even their base 60,000 points is really good value. Now, you do have to spend $4,000 within 3 months, so that's a good amount of spending. But if you redeem that for cash, you're going to get $750 back. Or even more if you redeem it for travel. So the first thing you're going to get is 5 points on travel when you book it through Chase, and then a $50 hotel credit. So if you're traveling at least once a year, that $50 hotel credit's going to bump that annual fee down to $45. But they have a lot of other things to make up for that value. So the first thing that they're going to give you is access to DoorDash's Priority Pass, which is valued at $96 a year. They're also going to give you an Instacart membership, which is valued at $60 a year, as well as $15 in Instacart statement, 5 points back on Lyft purchases. But what makes this card really, really special is it unlocks the Chase Travel Portal. So what this means is you can take your cash back from the Freedom Flex and Freedom Unlimited card and then convert it to points. And you're also going to get a 2.5% boost on all of your points. So that's going to bump the points you're getting from your Chase Freedom Flex card and your Chase Freedom Unlimited card. So you're getting 3.75 points on dining and then drugstores, and then 1.87 points with the Freedom Unlimited, as well as 6.25 on the rotating categories with the Freedom Flex. And that's also going to make the welcome points even more valuable. So the $75,000 welcome points would be worth $937. Now you only get this boost when you redeem it for travel, but if you're using the Sapphire cards, you're most likely doing it for travel. Now if you do travel a lot more and you have a lot of income, you're going to want to consider going with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. This is also going to give you that 75,000 point sign-up bonus, as well as 5 points on flights and then 10 points on all your hotels. Now this does come with a $550 annual fee, but the first thing that they're going to give you is $300 credit for anything travel related: flights, hotels, timeshares, motels, car rentals, cruise lines, travel agencies, pretty much anything that has to do with travel. So if you're traveling at least once a year, that that knocks down the annual fee from $550 to $250. And then to sweeten the deal, they're going to throw in 2 years of Lyft Pink All Access, which is valued at $199, a DoorDash subscription valued at $120 per year, a monthly DoorDash credit for $5, so a little bit of value there, an Instacart membership, which is valued at $99 a year, $15 in monthly statement credits for Instacart, 10 points back on Peloton purchases. What makes this card really special is you're going to get priority pass to over 1,300 airline lounges. So if you don't know what that means, whenever you go to an airport and you're waiting for your flight, or if you have a layover, there's lounges inside of airports and they're super luxurious. There's really nice seats. And you're also going to get free drinks and really, really good food for free. And that right there is valued at $470 a year, as well as statement credit for TSA pre-check or Nexus free credit. So that's just going to get you through the airport a lot quicker, and you're not going to have to do things like take off your shoes and belts. And then a lot of different insurances for your travel. My favorite is you can be reimbursed to up to $1,500 per person, and then $6,000 per trip if you prepay for a trip and then it gets canceled. So even if the airlines or hotels don't reimburse you, this credit card will. Now the absolute best thing about this card is you're going to get a 50% boost on all of your points booked for travel. So the points pulled from your Freedom Unlimited and Freedom Flex are all going to be supercharged. So for the 1.5 back, you're going to be earning 2.25 back, 7.5% back on all your rotating categories, and then 4 point back on all dining and drugstore purchases. So if you're traveling a lot, it might make more sense to get that reserved version and have access to some nice lounges and some statement credits for travel. But if you're not traveling as much, it'll probably make more sense to go with the preferred version because it's super easy to use this $50 statement credit for hotels, and you're also still getting a 2.5% boost on all of your points. So here's the order that I would get these cards in. I would first get the Freedom Unlimited for that 1.5 back, as well as 3 back on groceries and dining, and then hit that sign-up bonus. And then after about 3 to 6 months, get the Freedom Unlimited card. And then you can hit that sign-up bonus, as well as getting some really valuable 5% back rotating categories. And also pay your cell phone bill with that so you get your cell phone protection. And then after another 3 to 6 months, you can get one of the Sapphire cards and then hit the sign-up bonus for that. And then by that time, you'll have an insane amount of points saved up from the Freedom Flex and Freedom Unlimited, as well as points you're going to be accumulating from just the basic spending. And then of course, when you get one of the Sapphire cards, you're going to get that huge sign-up bonus. And then a boost on all your points when you choose to redeem for travel. Also, if you get one of the Sapphire cards and then in the future decide that you don't want to pay that annual fee, you can downgrade to one of the Freedom Flex or Freedom Unlimited. You can also do the same and upgrade one of your Freedom Unlimiteds or Flexes to a Sapphire card. And if you're not sure and you don't want to get all 3 of these cards because you don't know if that annual fee is going to be worth it for you in the future, you can just get the Freedom Unlimited and be earning the points from that, and then get one of the Sapphire cards, and then in the future downgrade the Sapphire card to the Freedom Flex. And then in the future, if you decide that you do want that trio back, every 2 years you can go and get a new Sapphire card and then hit the sign-up bonus again for that. Also, if you don't have any credit built up at all and you're watching this video, you can start out with Chase's Freedom Rise, which gives you 1.5 back, and just keep that, or later upgrade it to the Freedom Flex or Freedom Unlimited. Now, you're never going to find an absolutely perfect credit card, but this is going to come pretty close to it, and there's only a couple cons that I really see with this. The first is that there's no category for gas, which is a pretty big amount of spending for a lot of people. So you can supplement this with a card that gives you some rewards back for gas, like the Citi Custom Cash Card, and then only use that for gas, which will give you 5% back on gas. The second con to this is that a lot of dumb people get one of the Sapphire cards without really understanding it or how to use it or the statement credits that come with it, and they end up paying that annual fee because they don't actually know how to use the card. But if you're watching videos like this, that probably isn't you. And also the travel benefits might not be worth it for everyone, so if you don't travel that much, it might not be worth it for you. But you can always get the Freedom Flex and Freedom Unlimited and start saving up cards and hitting those sign-up bonuses, and then if you have a big trip coming up, get one of the Sapphire cards before that trip. So I hope this helped you understand this setup a little bit more, and if you made it this far in the video, you might as well subscribe and go check out my full review of Chase's Bank. I'll see you guys next time.